What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today is probably going to be a little bit of an in and out kind of thing. I'll film when I can, and I also have a bunch of other stuff that I'm trying to do, helping my mom with some chores on her farm and stuff. But for now, I am cleaning my plant room because it is a disaster in here. I have been in the full swing of starting fall seeds and getting orders in the mail. There's so much stuff in here that you guys can't see. Brown paper on the floor. There's a bunch of seed starting stuff stashed in this corner over here. There's like a trolley bucket style thing that I will end up showing you guys. Probably maybe not today. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So we're in a little bit of a different angle than usual. And there is a grow light over here and a grow light over here and also an above headlight. So I hope the lighting is okay. I don't know. But this is what we have. And I started opening this box and then I was like, you know, maybe they'd like to see it. Well, I already opened this. I filmed a little short about opening it. But this is basically an advent calendar with seeds in it that I won from Michelle in the Meadow. She does a live on the first Sunday of every month, and I think in her August live, it's taken me a minute to get to it, in the August live she did a little seed giveaway, and I was expecting like a pack of seeds, like one literal pack, maybe like a few packs, and instead I've gotten this beautiful advent calendar, and I'll turn it around and read what this says to you guys. It says, similar to an advent calendar, choose a day to begin and then enjoy a daily surprise and seed packet of your favorite botanical interest seeds for the next 20 days. Are you ramping up to seed starting time? Begin opening this calendar a few weeks before your final frost date and get planting. Start your tour through our carefully selected favorites and plan to work in brilliant flowers or popular produce to your upcoming garden. There's a little something here for everyone, whether you like edible plants or ornamentals, and you'll be delighted by what you find each day. Epic Gardening. If you guys didn't know, Epic Gardening recently bought the Botanical Interests seed company, so I guess this is one of the things that they're doing, and I'm sure this helps get rid of a lot of the seeds from this year, because seed companies have to package seeds with a year date on the back, and they're not allowed to sell them outside of that year date. So in 2022, they grew and harvested seeds for 2023, and in here will be 2023 seeds, but they're not allowed to sell these after the beginning of the year. So they do a lot of sales and promotions kind of like this to just get their stock out so that they can restock for the next year. But don't be mistaken, the seeds don't go bad. The germination rate might go down, even less so if you're storing them properly in a cool, dry, dark place. But I have seed packets that I've had for more than 3 years and they still germinate just fine. I put 2 seeds instead of 1 kind of thing in each hole, but they'll be fine. So I'm not worried that they're like gonna go bad or anything. But I was thinking I could either start this in October and end it on Halloween, or start it in December and end it on Christmas. I really enjoy Vlogmas videos. I don't know if you guys do. Let me know if you do. I was thinking about doing a Vlogmas, but like for YouTube Shorts. So I could have one YouTube short every day, 20 days before Christmas until Christmas, of me opening this seed pack for the day. And then maybe sometimes I'll catch it on an actual video also. But I don't know about, maybe I could do a weekly vlog on top of a video for Christmas, but let me know if you guys would enjoy watching that. So this is from Michelle in the Meadow, so thank you again to her. I will be opening this later, and it is taking everything in me to not just open them all right now. So I'll set that aside over here. This box here is something that I ordered from Amazon, and this is for organizing my seed collection because it is getting quite big. I used to keep it in the small Botanical Interest box because I didn't have very many packets, and now I keep it in just a larger than the Botanical Interest box, but still small box. I'll show it to you in just a sec. This is what my seed collection is stored in. It's just a little cardboard box with all the seeds in it. But the bottom doesn't stay closed, as you can see. I have to hold the bottom, and it's just not very organized. I have to look through every individual packet to find what seeds I want every single time, and it just doesn't make sense. So I've seen a lot of people use these to organize their seed packets, and it seems to work really well for everyone else, so I thought I'd give it a try. Of course, a box in a box. Just add that box to my pile. Okay. So what this actually is a photo organizer. Oh, it came with labels. That's amazing. It came with, I don't know if you can see there, sticker labels to put on the individual containers. So this is actually for photo storage, which I'm going to end up with tons of these because I also really love pictures. So I'm going to have like 5 of these for seeds and 10 of them for pictures, and it's going to be great. I went for the all clear one just because I didn't like the look of the colorful ones. I just like it there, like this, I guess. And what you do is unclip that and open it. And there's 8 of these individual little containers on each side, so 16 individual little containers. And they have slats in here for them to slide into their own individual little compartments. And I'm just going to put a label on each one and put a certain type of seeds in it. So that's what I'm getting up to right now. I'm literally about to organize the seeds into it right now, so I just thought I'd bring you guys along for that. First, I'm going to lay out my seeds in how I would like them to be piled. So like I'll put all the broccolis, all the cauliflowers, all the cabbages, and see how many piles I have. Then I might have to condense some piles so that it equals 16 total, and I'll use probably all of these. So I'm just going to set this off to the side. And I noticed the 7 dwarves over here. That's a new addition. They're not going to stay in here. You'll see them sometime later. I don't really have anything necessarily to talk about while I sort these, so if anything comes to mind, I will. If nothing comes to mind, then I'll probably time-lapse you guys. I already know that I'm going to group together herbs, so I'm not going to have just one container for only oregano or one container for only basil. I'm just going to put all the herbs together in one container. I think I'm also going to put broccoli and cauliflower in the same container because I don't have a lot of cauliflower. I think I already have more than 16 piles. Okay, that's all of them. We'll see how many piles I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 23 and a half piles. So I'm going to put the parsnips in with the carrots. So that's 20, just regular 23 piles now. I'll put the rutabagas in with radishes and beets. I'll put the bok choy and the pak choy with the cabbages. I will put the summer squash with the winter squash because I don't have quite a lot of either one. I will put the spinach in with the lettuce. So now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So I need Brussels sprouts to go with the broccoli and cauliflowers. And then I need to hope that all of these will actually fit into the boxes. I already need another one, guys. So this is root veggies that aren't carrots, beets, radishes, rutabaga, and parsnips. This is going to be flowers, all different kinds of flowers. We've got butterfly pea, zinnias, sunflowers, cut flower mix, delphinium, another sunflower, nasturtiums, straw flowers, more zinnias, some more mixes. Next we'll do I really need to see if all the bush beans, or all the beans, green beans, will fit into one because those seeds are quite big. I'm going to try and flatten out the packs some so that they're not all down at the bottom. And then I might have to turn some around the opposite way. Yay! They actually fit. I know I'm going to end up having 2 of these of beans fairly soon because it takes a lot of beans to grow a lot of beans. Here we're doing carrots and parsnips, with parsnips on the bottom so that when I look at it I actually see that it's mostly carrots. This is broccoli, cauliflower, romanesco, and Brussels sprouts. This one is going to be all of our cabbages, bok choy and pak choy. One is kale and Swiss chard. Here we've got all of our tomatoes and tomatillos, quite a few. These are all peppers. This is all of my herbs. These are peas. I don't have any shelling peas, so those are all snap peas, like sugar peas where you eat the whole thing. These are all cucumbers. Oh, this is a lot. All lettuce. All those big packs from Botanical Interests fit perfectly in this container. All of the squash, summer and winter squash. If you guys are unaware, they're called summer and winter squash not because you grow them in summer and winter. All squash are grown in the summer, spring, fall, when it's not cold or freezing outside. But winter squash has a hard skin and can be saved to be eaten in the winter. That's why it's called winter squash. Whereas summer squash don't have that. They don't have as much of a shelf life as the winter squash. So they're called summer squash because you eat them in the summer. So this next one is just going to be a bunch of random ones. I've got like that I don't have a lot of. So there's okra, eggplant, artichoke, celery, another artichoke, asparagus, and mizuna. I don't use a lot of those often, so they're going to go together in a random container. And these are all melons. I do still have these, which are microgreens, and I can put them in with the lettuce. Put them on the bottom though, so I know that this is mostly lettuce. That one's quite full already also. I do have some saved seed in here. Like this package got ripped and the seeds got dumped out, so I just put them in a Ziploc. Here's some saved cantaloupe seeds from a cantaloupe that I grew last year. And then these are, this is okra and some beans. I will keep these, but they're not going to go in there because I don't want to make that look messy, and then I'll want to use these faster. So I'm just going to roll these up. Now what was in here is all in here. And that makes my organizational heart so happy. So now I'm going to label some of them. I'm going to use this water-resistant, UV-resistant garden pen. I'm going to put the labels on the front, like edges, so that when they're sitting in the containers I can see which ones they are, rather than me having to pull them out every time. Now I will fix the labels that are terribly sideways, like the kale. They don't have to be perfect, but pretty close. And the brassicas one is just a little too off. Perfect. I do think I want to turn them around though, because I'm going to open it from this side. So, I'm also probably going to put it in alphabetical order because that's just what I do. So in alphabetical and organized have beans, brassicas, cabbage, carrots, cucumbers, flowers, herbs, kale, lettuce, melons, miscellaneous, peas, peppers, roots, squash, and tomatoes. Perfect. You lock it down and now I can just carry it. My seeds are way more secure. That makes me so happy. Look at how organized it is. Is that upside down? That's upside down. Look at how organized it is. That makes me really happy. I'm getting old to be sitting on the floor like this. Oh, I'm 24. It's funny. Hey guys, what's up? It is the next day from the first half of this video, and I did not get around to finishing up the cleaning of this room. As you can see, there's a ton of stuff right here. That pile's bigger than you think. Yeah, and also a ton of stuff right here. There's just a bunch of boxes from packages I've got. This is a soil tub slash wheelbarrow. It's a tub with wheels basically that it needs to go outside, and it's like a puzzle on the floor and a stack of computers we're trying to get rid of. But yesterday ended up being crazy because I went out to my mom's house to help her clean up her shop, and that was a few hours of work. And then I got back home and had to cook dinner, and I just didn't end up doing it. Today, it started raining this morning around 6 a.m. I think, and rained for a good 4 or 5 hours, so I didn't have to water the garden, which is cool. But also, it made me sleepy, so I slept in till almost 10 a.m. I actually did do some outdoor gardening last night at around 7 p.m. and that's just not the best lighting for me to take you guys out there with me, and I didn't have like a plan of action of what I was doing. I just kind of went out there with some tools, did some things that needed to be done, and then came back inside. So I at least thought that I would turn on the camera and finish up the video that I started. You guys are currently sitting on 2 boxes that I removed from this area, so just imagine 2 more boxes there on the floor. It's just crazy in here. I need to vacuum the floor. I need to clean this table right here. That's my leopard gecko, but there's just a lot of sand and wood shavings and just stuff on that table. It needs to be like wiped down, and there's like potting soil and pots and bird seed down there, and just a ton of stuff that has a place, but none of it is in its place, so I need to put it in its place. So I just thought I'd turn on the camera. I love this sign. If you guys didn't notice it, it says, "Please don't pet my peeves." Prime. Love you for that, Mom. So first, I think we're going to tackle this pile here. All of this stuff actually goes into this closet and stacks nicely, so I'm going to go ahead and get that done. All right. I think I got you situated into this corner. Just kind of pull these out of the way. This closet door doesn't open quite all the way because of this table here, but the table is very useful, so I let it happen. As you can see, the closet is somewhat organized on the very bottom, and then there's a couple things thrown in on the top, so we're gonna have to get rid of those and put everything else back in that needs to go. See, these 2 gray pots are matching ones to these 2 gray pots, and I don't quite know what I'm going to put in them yet, and I know I'm not going to get to it during my work week, so I'm just going to put them away so that they're not all over the floor while I'm at work. This other one has a bunch of stuff in it that doesn't belong in it, so I'm going to take all the stuff out that was in it, set it aside, and flip this over and put it on top just like I did with the other one. So all of these I got for free from my local grocery store when they were starting to pack up their greenhouse, and they just had tons of these for sale. Like this full of plants was like $2. They hold like 30 plants or something in 6 cells, and each one of those filled with just terrible looking plants was like $2. It was like $2 for the whole tray of plants. But I didn't need their gross looking, like, no offense to the grocery store, but their plants did not look good, especially at the point that they were on sale. I wasn't gonna buy those bad looking plants that were gonna be stunted and tiny and take a lot of effort for me to revive. So I went to the manager one morning when I was just at the grocery store, and I was like, hey, here's my phone number, and I wrote it down on a little index card for him, and I said, if you guys end up getting rid of the plants, like the actual individual plants, not the trays themselves, I was like, any plastic containers that you guys have left over that are just going to be thrown away, call me and I will come pick them up. I never got a call, but one morning, a different morning, a couple weeks later when I was there, the manager saw me and he was like, hey, were you the one that asked about the pots from the greenhouse, like all the plastic trays and stuff? And I was like, yeah, I sure was. And he was like, there's a rack out in the parking lot that just has a ton of empty trays. He said, take whatever you want. Take whatever you want. And I was like, yes, sir. Of course. Thank you so much. So all of these were free. There's 13 of these bigger ones, 5 of these like 2-inch by 3-inch cell pack ones, and 8 of these cell tray ones. And actually I have 3 more of this size in use right now, so there's more. They've actually been really good. They're a little bit too big for my Bootstrap Farmer 2x2-inch pots. I'll give you an example here. So here's one of those trays, the bigger size. And this is a Bootstrap Farmer 2-inch by 2-inch seed starting pot. And it fits in there, but it does have a little wiggle room. But if I just put these, because I didn't buy the Bootstrap Farmer inserts because I just thought, you know, I would deal with it and I want to spend the extra money. And I can fit more in just a regular tray, but then, you know, that's not helpful. So I took these free inserts, and now they at least can't fall over. So they don't fit perfect, but it works really well for bottom watering and it stops them from falling over. So the only downside is that I can fit another entire row this way of Bootstrap Farmer pots without this tray. So I can fit like 24 of these into a 10-20 tray just without an insert, and then only 18 of them with the insert. But they stay a lot better this way, and it's a lot more easy to move and bottom water and then take them out and bottom water a different one with the same tray, because I have a ton of these but only 5 Bootstrap Farmer 10-20 trays. So it's been working really well. Now let me stop explaining things and get back to cleaning like I'm supposed to be doing. Yes, there are some rotten potatoes in here. Yes, I am going to throw them away. Thank you for asking. Over here in the corner, I actually have a ton of outside tools like shovels and rakes and stuff like that, because we live in the middle of town and I don't want them to get stolen if I leave them outside and I don't have a shed. Now I have mulch/snake bedding over here, a stack of plastic trays here, 4 of these stone pots, 1 long pot that's gonna get filled with other pots actually. So I have like this stack of pots, and these little cells can go in here. I have this purple bucket which I use for holding water that I use to fertilize the plants. I don't like putting the city water and the fertilizer directly together because the city water is treated, so I let it sit in this bucket like overnight, mix the fertilizer in, and then use it to fertilize the garden. And this is the watering can that I use to pour the fertilized water into and actually get the fertilizer into the garden. Here's a brand new little pack of indoor pots that my mom dropped off randomly. I'm just going to stick those in there also. Here's another stack of pots. I told you I have a bunch of pots in here everywhere. Those are going to go in here also. This is a stack of brand new nursery pots that are probably, I don't know, maybe like a third of a gallon or a half of a gallon. My mom got like an entire brand new pack of maybe 40 of these, an entire brand new pack of these heavy-duty plastic pots. These aren't nursery pots. These are like actually thick plastic. And these are some of those smaller pots. But back here, I don't know if you can see it, but the big pots in the very back, that Brussels sprout and also my fig tree is in. She got all of that in brand new packs, plus some like terracotta pots and other things that I'm not even including, for like less than $20, guys. My mom be going to like auctions and yard sales, and anytime she sees anything gardening, she's like, oh, I have to get that for my daughter. Now I just have so much stuff. So much stuff. Brand new, no holes in them, never been used, really thick plastic, and a ton of them. She got a ton of them. From the yard sale, all of these ones came from a yard sale, as well as like 20 terracotta pots that all have the saucers for the bottom, just a ton of stuff. $3. I was like, Mom, how'd you only pay $3? She said, well, I picked a stack of gardening stuff, and I said, how much for that? The lady said $1. Then she picked another stack of gardening stuff and said, how much for that? And the lady said $1. So Mom made a third stack of gardening stuff and was like, so $3? And the lady was like, yeah. Why can't I find deals like this? This is another one of those free trays that I got from the grocery store, but this one is a lot wider, so it doesn't fit in that stack. So I'm just gonna tuck it behind the snake bedding. And this is just a Jiffy 1020 tray with a lid. And it no longer holds water. They leak, both the lid and the tray. I mean, you can see how broken it is. I've been using it for over 2 years. So I think it's time to retire these. In fact, they don't even like, they're so flimsy. I can't even hold a lot of plants in them anyway because they can't take the weight. So these are actually going in the trash, sadly. Okay, guys. I just stacked all of the boxes that were in here into this tub. I told you this is going to be like a soil moving container, compost, you know, stuff like that. I just stacked all these boxes in here, and these are just going to go on the back porch for this moment. We save a lot of boxes for burning, and this needs to go outside anyway. So I'm just going to put this whole thing on the back porch to get it out of my way for now. This bag of Eco Earth I got for free again. One of our friends had a roommate move out and he left this and said he wasn't going to come back for any of his stuff, so our friend gave it to us. I'm just going to put it in there with the snake bedding. Perfect. Now, here's a better shot of what we're kind of working with. This tote stays in here permanently. It has soil in it. Right now it doesn't have very much. That's fine. I'm gonna put my worm castings in there with it. This did have some like beans and sunflower heads and things like that in it that I needed to take the seeds out of. And I took the seeds out and put them where they needed to go. So now I just have bags of seeds that I'm just going to fold into there and put on this side next to my seed container organizer. So these are the seeds that we organized together yesterday. What I'm gonna have to do is re-dirty the floor. It always gets better before what? It always gets worse before it gets better, right? So I want to wipe down this table and also this table and also that table. But in order to do that, I'm gonna have to take all the stuff off the tables, and I'm gonna have somewhere to put it when it comes off. So I'm just gonna put everything onto the floor, wipe everything down, and then re-put everything back. Look how long this plant is. That's great. This is the best my spider plant has been doing the whole time I've owned it. Oh, I need to clean this light cord that I sprayed down. It was sticky for some reason. Alright, light. That's enough. Okay, the table is clean. Now to put everything back. Alright guys, as you can see, we are on to our final table, which is great. Thank you so much for helping keep me motivated. I'm also not letting myself water my plants that need water till after this is done. What are you doing, Taka? You want to come say hi? Hi, come here. This is Taka. Come here. He is a good boy. He is a hyper boy, and he is an allergic boy to a lot of things. So we are working on getting him some better breathing and less snot with the vet. We have to give him shots once a week to boost his immunity because he's just allergic to so much. You go lay down over there. Okay, well, right here is fine. I guess we've got a little helper in here, so if you hear coughing, that's him. Sorry about that. Let's get the stable clean. I went to Tractor Supply the other day and saw this little, it's a Christmas ornament of a tiny goat with a Santa hat. My mom has a goat farm and she hates Christmas, so I thought it'd be hilarious to get her an ornament that she loves. Now we're getting somewhere. Alright guys, the grow office is officially clean and organized and even vacuumed. I need to clean that fan. But other than that, so let me give you a quick look around. Walking in, there's now nothing in the floor space. On this table we just have Yoma's food and his tools. And Yoma himself, who's not out right now, he's hiding because I had loud vacuums and stuff in here. That's all good. These little guys will soon make an appearance in another garden video, so look out for that. I've just got a couple of lower light plants out towards here. All of the brassicas for the fall garden and lettuce. Those are blueberry plants and an aloe vera over on the side. I love this. This makes my heart so happy. That's great. Okay, but then back across the room we have the soil tub that has some containers in it and I put its lid on. And then the office desk now looks much better. Not perfect, but much better. Now nothing in the floor space over here. The closet. Oh, I hung this on the closet. It's just for little gardening notes if I need them. Inside of the closet is as organized as it's gonna get. I can at least know where everything is. And then all the plants have been put back on this table. I will move this tomato closer to the light. And that's it. I need to put this oregano and parsley that I have strung up into a glass jar soon, but we'll get there eventually. Anyway, thank you guys so much for coming along with me to clean the grow room and also to organize my seeds yesterday. I highly appreciate it. Let me know what you think about that advent calendar, if December is a good time, you think. I don't see why not. It's basically an advent calendar. This is a little bit different than my normal video, still garden-ish related, but not quite doing gardening things, so let me know if you enjoyed it, and we'll be doing some garden things in the next one. So thank you guys so much for coming along. I'll see you on the next one.